You can't give up during this time. And the way you know you're progressing is that the problems and the pain, they come with progress. On the way to the promised land, consider this. Okay, now this video is about getting to where you want to go, going from a bad place or an average place to a better place. Okay, now this video is different from the don't expect progress without pain and every bump is a bounce video, because we're going to talk about a particular locus. Okay, a particular place that you may find yourself in. Okay, and trying to work through the juxtaposition of the wilderness and the promised land. Okay, the wilderness. And also too, let me say this, welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets Monday edition. On today's episode, we're going to talk about what to think about and what to ponder and ruminate and mull and be pensive about as you work your way to the promised land, aka the land of milk and honey, the land of no guilt and excess money. Okay, the promised land is a place that is characterized by peace and plenty. Okay, but the current state you may find yourself in, this wilderness, a place characterized by a lack of life, a lack of happiness, a dearth of darkness, is characterized by problems and pain. And a good way to tell if you're in the wilderness, transitioning from this poor place to a almost perfect place, nothing's perfect, but it could be pretty close in your mind, is that there's problems and pain all around. And how does this, and obviously this relates to being self-employed. So how does this relate to being self-employed? So what are the problems talking about? The problems talking about when it comes from going from the wilderness to the promised land. Everybody has to cross this chasm, and whether it's a business, being in school, playing a sport, you have to go through the wilderness to the promised land. It's a place that is, you're surrounded, you're inundated. Pain and problems is ubiquitous. And a lot of people quit in the wilderness and they never make it to the promised land. So this video is going to help you as you deal with the problems and the pain that come with being in the wilderness. Okay, so one of those problems and pain is that one of the problems is that getting clients. Another problem is keeping clients. A lot of the clients you work with are capricious and whimsical. They're just gonna leave like that, and you're not even gonna expect it. Things will be going smooth and they'll just change. Okay, you got to deal with that. Okay, understand that you can't have the rainbow without the rain. Everybody wants the rainbow, the good things, the promised land, all the peace and prosperity and plenty, but no one wants to go through the wilderness. Like everybody wants to go to heaven but doesn't want to die. You got to understand that the wilderness is a part. Some of the pain of being self-employed, that you have to work a ton, you have to sacrifice a lot, you have to go against the grain of society. That's hard enough. Okay, some more problems that come from being self-employed is that you're gonna have time constraints. You're gonna be like, where did all my time go? On top of working all the time, you gotta oftentimes start from scratch. There's no one around to help you. Like for me, when I started, no one was really around to help me. I just read books and watched YouTube videos, and I slowly learned, made mistakes, fell in ditches, got bitten by snakes. These are all parts of the wilderness. Like you can go to the literal wilderness and extrapolate information taking place there and bring it back here. Okay, it's a place of just darkness and destitution. Okay, but you can't give up during this time. And the way you know you're progressing is that the problems and the pain, they come with progress. You had more clients than you had 5 years ago. You can close clients better than you used to. You're learning. You're turning that desert into a garden little by little as time goes by. That's how you know you're progressing from the wilderness to the promised land. And then one day you're going to get up, and then it's going to be lush, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be exactly what you wanted because you didn't give up. Most people give up. They die of exhaustion. Okay. Another tip that you may have never heard of is that many businesses die from indigestion. They do from starvation. Okay, take that as you would. Also, stay tuned for the very end for a surprise. But it's like, that's how you know you're going from the wilderness to the promised lands, that the problems and pain are accompanied with progress. And if you just keep going, if you have importunity, if you're persistent, you'll get there. Like we've said before in previous videos, if you are persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. All right. So don't give up. Consider this on your path to that place of peace and plenty. And you'll know you'll get there when everything is just flowing and going as if it was snowing, okay? It's just consistent, There's no problems. There's low problems. There's low to no problems. And it's just like a serene stream. That's when you know you made it. And then problem is keeping it once you get there. Okay, it's hell to get out of hell. It's hell to get to the world, to get to the other side, to get to the promised land. But it's which one takes one thing, one allegation, one bad moment to destroy it all. I'll give you a perfect example of someone who made it to the wilderness to the promised land, then lost it. It was Henry Ruggs. I want to say it was 2021, 2022. This Oakland Raiders football player, he was a great talent. He got in trouble because he was drunk driving one night. He was taking advantage of the excesses of plenty and letting it get to his head. He became drunk. He drove into a car and he killed a lady. Okay. He went from the wilderness. No, he went from the promised land to the wilderness overnight just like that. Okay. Yeah, and then once you get to the wilderness, you get another set of problems. You got to deal with the excesses, all the decadence that comes with it. Okay, so just learn these lessons while you're in the desert. Okay, learn to live on not much. By me going through the desert, I went through times when I didn't have money to eat. I just didn't eat. And now I'm just like, I don't even eat that much no more because it was just so hard. And I was just like, whatever. Now it don't even bother me not eating. It's just a part of me now because I went through hell, and slowly it's becoming better. And then one day we'll be able to look around. It'll be the wilderness, same for you. It'll be the promised land. But don't give up, okay? It's very hard, but look around and see, are things growing around you? Despite the pain, despite the problems, are things growing? If they're not growing, you may need to evaluate. And always evaluate, that's important. Anyways, this leads to today's surprise, which is, those who do the hard things win. This is a quote from Carol Lawson. She said that she's a basketball coach for Duke University. She said, those who can do the hard things end up getting what they want from life. You got to be able to do the hard things. You got to be able to subsist and survive in the wilderness as you work towards that land of peace, plenty, and prosperity. Remember, lastly, as always, unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situation. Successful people make decisions based on where they want to be. Okay, bye.